Hello there. This is Crackers Crazy Living. It is Sunday afternoon, about 1:45 in the afternoon. I'm coming on today because I'm going to make my mother-in-law's molasses cookies. One of my co-workers at work asked me, do I make molasses cookies? And I said, yes, I have my mother-in-law's recipe. And she said, if I get you some really good molasses, could you make some cookies and bring them into work? So that's what I am doing today. She gets molasses, I guess, from up north. She's from up north somewhere. She gets this really, really good molasses. So I'm going to make Doris's molasses cookies. So just need my paddle attachment and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to get started. I actually figured out that my tripod has adjustments on it where I could make it taller. So when I'm talking into it, I don't have to bend over so much, or people don't have to be looking up so much. Alright, so I'm just trying to turn this stand, and of course when you make it bigger, it makes it wider. Of course. Just trying to adjust it to where you can see my bowl, see what I'm doing. Do I like that angle? Okay, I guess. Okay, so my recipe calls for 1.5 cups of butter flavored Crisco. So let me see. I might just do my 1/2 cup. Yeah, I might just do this 1/2 cup measure 3 times instead of my cup, because I need my cup for my flour. So I'm just going to scoop out 1.5 cups of butter flavored Crisco. I don't have the Crisco sticks today, so I'm just kind of scooping my Crisco into my measuring cup, making sure that it's level, and then I'll scoop that into my mixer. There's 1/2 cup. I'll do it again. Never realized this recipe called for butter flavored Crisco in the past. I used to make this recipe all the time, and then I kind of got away from it. And when my father-in-law was around, he was making them. He was making the giant cookies with molasses. I could never eat a whole cookie. I could only eat like 1/4 of it because molasses is rich. It's rich. So you can't eat a lot of richness all at once. So that was 1 cup. And then 1/2. So it's 1.5 cups of butter flavored Crisco. I'll go ahead and move this right off my work surface so I don't have so much clutter on my table. Then it is 2 cups of granulated sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So you're going to cream these two things together. Scrape down my bowl. You want that to get good and mixed. I'm going to scrape it down again. Give it another mix. Okay, and then you add 2 eggs. One, two. Add those together. Got my vanilla out because I thought it called for vanilla. It does not call for vanilla. Alright. Then it says to add your 1/2 cup of molasses. Half a cup of molasses. So I'll just use the same 1/2 cup I used for the Crisco. And I'll pour in my molasses, measure that in. I know one thing, molasses is a sticky mess. It's dripping all over here. Last thing I want is a sticky mess anywhere. I'm messy enough by myself. I don't need a sticky mess. She gave me a lot of molasses. I told her I'd bring back whatever I don't use. She said, no, just keep it. Okay, so we got the molasses in there. Then we're going to give that a mix. And we're going to scrape down our bowl. Smells good. Okay, to that we're going to add our dry ingredients, which is 4 cups of flour, 1, 2, 3, and then need to get another bag of flour. 4 cups of flour. For half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and I like to do my own nutmeg. Four teaspoons. I imagine that's going to be quite a bit. I don't have ground nutmeg. I grind my own. I'm making my cookies. Didn't know you were up. Scared me. I have to get more nutmeg. I can only grind up what I, as far as I can go. It just gets in your start. You don't want to hurt your fingers.
Yeah, she's on her phone. Can you talk to her? Mike, when you talk to you, Elise.
All right. 1 minute. Okay, so I needed a half a teaspoon. I was thinking I needed more nutmeg than a half a teaspoon. I have more than a half a teaspoon here fixed. That's okay. I'm gonna go a heavy half a teaspoon. I don't know why I was thinking it was so much more. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'll do 2 halves because you get that nutmeg out of there. And um, 4 teaspoons of baking soda. That's probably what I was thinking when I was looking at the nutmeg. It's probably reading the baking soda. 4 teaspoons of baking soda. I've never seen a cookie recipe with so much baking soda in it. Okay, that's it. No salt. Yep, that's it. Just mix it all together. Alright, we're going to give that a stir. Make sure everything on the sides of the bowl get mixed. I'm going to give it another little spin. You don't want to overmix the batter for sure, but you got to make sure everything is mixed. It's quite a thick batter. All right, that's good. Just about where your paddle cleans the side of the bowl. That's pretty much what you're looking for. Put some of this stuff out of my way. All right, let me clean this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to get a small cookie scoop. This is a number 40. And you're going to scoop out a ball. You're going to roll it into a ball, and then you're going to roll the ball into granulated sugar. And then you're going to place it on your cookie sheet. Smells really good. Alright, don't even need to do that. Just take your scoop and you just roll it in your sugar. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'll do one more. Take your scoop, roll it in the sugar. Okay, I'm going to finish these and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to bake these at 375 until done in the middle. That's what my recipe says. So we're going to start 8 to 10 minutes and then we're going to go from there. So I'll be back when they're done. Okay, so here's the first batch that we baked. They're golden brown, and I went 13 minutes on these, and I'm hoping that they're going to be done in the middle. They continue to cook as they sit on the pan. I don't think I'd want to cook them anymore because you don't want them too crunchy. So we're going to let these cool and then we're going to try one. Okay, so here we are. We let this cookie cool down. So when you pick it up, it is crispy-ish. Ooh, it's chewy on the inside, kind of crispy on the outside. It's got a nice little crunchy texture to it. And it's got that sugar on there. Mmm. You can definitely taste that fresh nutmeg. It's a delicious cookie. It really is. A pretty big cookie makes a nice healthy cookie. So if you want them smaller, of course you can make them smaller. I think a number 40 scoop is like a tablespoon. But if you want them smaller, you could use a teaspoon. And just roll them smaller, dip them in the sugar. And then you're going to have to reduce your cooking time. You still want to cook them at 375, but when they're half the size, they might only take 8 minutes. 8 to 10. Each size took 13. But I think they're cooked perfect. Golden brown on the bottom, golden on the top, not raw in the middle. There are people out there that like raw cookies in the middle. I'm not one of them. Alright, so that's it for Doris's homemade molasses cookies. Thank you for joining me today. If you like what you see and you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Share me with your friends. If you have questions or comments, please be kind. I'll do my best to answer your questions or comments. Have a great night until we see each other again on Crocker's Crazy Living. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.